Good afternoon, everybody. Special afternoon live stream during the middle of the week. Because today, well, she's a holiday and I have off, and I figured why not? What is up, everybody? I think I got you caught off guard. GoldenEye, what is up? Happy 4th of July to you as well. We're going to be busy tonight, so I thought, you know what? Let's get together this afternoon and do a little corn planting. See what else we can get ourselves into before we head out and do our evening festivities. Because we won't be streaming tomorrow. Because tomorrow will be Wednesday. That'll be race practice day. I think we're at Monza this week. Artemis, what is up? What is up? Drew, happy 4th of July to you too. This will be our last field that we need to get planted and get crop into. Then we'll be able to boogie on into May. See what May might have in store for us. If May doesn't have anything exciting, then we'll feed the moo cows and move on into June. We'll just have to wait and see. No good contracts. All we want to do is cultivate, and I don't want to do any of that. Maybe when we hit into maybe when we get into May, we'll have some fertilizing contracts. They make some good money. I'll take those any day. I like this planter. It's got decent working with. Wonder how it's going to compare to the planters we're going to get in the horse pack coming the end of the month. How many of you all were able to check out that community post the Google Doc I set up last night? Got some links to the FS17 pack video, link to my video for the 19 pack, and of course a link to the video, the release trailer video for the 22 pack. As well as some historical information about the map, where it all came to be, how it came to be, and why on earth they all look identical. It's in the community tab. It was a post I made last night. Also put it in general in the Discord last night. I thought about making a video about it too, but then I thought, is that rubbing salt in the wound, so to speak? Is that making a mountain out of a molehill? So I decided not to. But basically, it's a Google Doc that has a table of 3 columns and it lists the equipment that was available in the FS17 version, the FS19 version, and the equipment that's coming in the FS22 version, and it denotes things that are unique to each version. It denotes things that are shared between versions, and ultimately what we discover is everything in the FS22 pack is all new. Nothing is carried forward as far as model or functionality, other than planters are planters, right? And then I linked to an Artie Allen FS17 mod review or mod video on the pack. I linked to my mod video for the 19 pack, and then the release trailer, so you can basically see for yourself what each item does or did. And then there was a link to the actual FS17 mod pack or mod contest for the map that outlined the rules, basically gave you the ability to download the assets or the specifics about the map, the location, the images, and as such that you were expected to create the map with. I think it also included the base starting map to get you started. And that's why the maps all look identical, because conceptually they are to emulate an exact area of the world in as accurate details as possible. Goldeneye, that's the thing, right? That's the thing. We still have tractors out there that are, FS17-ish. I don't think they updated the interiors of the Steigers still. I mean, we do have the wheeled Steigers. They were an update. Alright, let's go get some fertilizer. But, I mean, the Kuverland pack came out in 19, so it's not that old. Oh, Artemis. You know what happened? I completely forgot that it was like the day of the week. I completely forgot that it was a normal day of the week. Because it's a holiday. It's July 4th for me, right? So I had off yesterday, I had off today. It's like a freaking 4.5 day weekend. And I didn't even look at the mod hub today. Didn't even think about it. So now I am, now I'm behind. Right? This whole couple of them are small maps. I can get one or two hammered out quick. But, yeah, I didn't even look at the mod hub today. Didn't even think about it. Did a little modeling earlier. Was just chilling this morning. Helping the wife out a little bit. She's moving around pretty good today, so she wanted to do some work in the kitchen. It said there was a mud store. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Carpathian countryside. We're planting corn. You know, there's a saying here I always heard growing up that you want your corn to be knee-high by 4th of July. So I thought it was a little fun. Today is the 4th of July. I'm planting corn, and I am still hoping that it'll be knee-high by the 4th of July. So riddle me this. How can I be planting corn by the 4th of July and hope it's still knee-high by the same 4th of July? I did not know that there was an update for this map. Like I said, I didn't look at all. Zero thought of looking at the mod hub. So if there's been an update, nope, don't have it. So I won't be looking at the mod hub until after we get on this live stream. So that'll be 4 o'clock my time. I had the hardest time getting this thing filled with fertilizer earlier. It says start filling, but then it doesn't. Actually, there it goes. Good. Okay. Oh, Simper Buffo. To be honest, what kind of discount is it? I mean, there's a new City Skylines coming out in October. So, right. Oh, you can turn collisions off on the pole. Well, that's no fun. So, you know, I mean, if it's a super banging deal, you know, City Skylines was free over an Epic Game Store like last year. I mean, is it still like, is it like $5? Is it like $10? The question is, do you think you're going to get the money's worth out of it? I mean, what you can do, right? If you get it, you can play it, and then you'll know before October if City Skylines 2 tickles your interest enough to pick it up. There's that argument, but I don't know what 70% off main game price is. You know, if it's still $15, is it worth? Are you going to get $15 worth of time out of it? Is it $10? You know, is it worth just an experimental buy just to see? I mean, have you ever played something like Sim City? It's very much like a management game. So there's 3 maps. North Marsh. That's on the Giants Mod Hub. That's surprising. Volcanoak. and Nameless. Nameless. I feel like I've covered North March, but it's likely gotten a lot of updates. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't suggest Semper dive into any DLC. $11 Canadian to then get a couple months of gameplay out of it before a new version comes out. A couple months to decide if it's something you want to, you know, invest in when the new game comes out. I think the version that's out now is like 8 years old, so there's going to be a lot of advancements in the next iteration. I'm hearing lots of stuff from City Skylines creators that are lots of the must-have and must-use mods seem to be incorporated in the game now. Oh, that is still early access. Workers and Resources. That's that Russian one, right? Wow, that's been like a couple years of early access. Community drama for Workers and Resources. That's a game that I haven't followed at all. I thought about picking it up. I watched Colonel Failure play on that for a while. I swear, that guy makes just about anything look easy, at the same time making it look like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing. Oh, really? Well, I mean, you know, heaven forbid someone not have an original idea. How dare someone have the same idea that you had independently? It clearly it couldn't be possible. There's so few original ideas anymore anyway. So he makes a guide on how to play hard mode, or how to play a hard mode, and then the devs implement a hard mode, and then he demands being put in the credits because he made a video about how you could play with hard mode when hard mode didn't exist. Wow. A little entitled there, I think. I mean, I would personally be, you know, honored to have something like that done. Not like, you know, I'm gonna shut you down unless you give me full credit for having a similar concept. So, yeah. I mean, would it be a similar idea if we discover that at some point, like this would ever happen, to discover at some point the Giants implement some sort of testing mechanic that involves my 5 metrics of map scoring, and then I basically demand that my name be given for this testing process. I must be named in the testing documentation or something. Whereas in reality, it'd be more like, it should have been like this all along, people. I don't know. Jojo, thank you very much. And also thank you to Farm Inc. and Metallic Fox. Thank you for being farm barons. Schultz is here to save the day. Not really. He very rarely does anything online anymore. I saw a message. I don't know what it is. Ludmila, is that right? Anywhere as close? Glad you're enjoying this map as well. I heard it got an update today. I haven't had a chance to look yet. I've been trying, Schultz, to figure something out. I had someone send me a message today about apparently my channel is toxic and disrespectful. What the heck? Why did it turn off? I'm toxic and disrespectful to map makers and modders. And I don't know how that is. I'm not really sure where they're coming from. I'm really confused. And it'd be like, you know, okay, can I get examples? Because I would like to have examples to understand. The only thing I can possibly think of is the map rating. But I don't berate maps. I don't like, you know, this map is horrible because I can't sell cow milk. I mean, that was the other day, right? there was 4 cow pens and you couldn't sell cow milk. It seems to be a little confusing, but still stated plenty of times in that video. I thought the map looked great. Visually, I thought the map was outstanding. I love the outstanding looks of the map. It's just, from a functional standpoint, you know. And the map author explained his, in a comment, he explained his thoughts on why lots of things you couldn't sell. I didn't reply back to that. I didn't say, you know, anything. He's got his rights to make his map the way he wants. His comment was basically that he left it that way because there were areas for players to put things down, right? So they could put down productions and basically fill in the gaps with respect to sell points and productions. Okay. Okay. Right. That's what they want to do. It's fine. So, yeah, I don't know. What's this? Hold on. I need to change out my contacts. Everything's blurry. If they update a map, do you have to delete the old one and reinstall a new one when they say it up? So it depends on the map with respect to your game save. So depending on what they changed. So let's go to the mod hub and Carpathian countryside, change log. For most changes, a new save may be required. So that's for this map because they changed certain things. So typically, if a map maker changes the field in some way or moves a building around. So let's say this map maker changes the main farm in some way. If you don't do a new save, you're not going to necessarily see that change, or things may just visually be weird because buildings are not where they're supposed to be. Maybe a map author has corrected an issue where maybe trees are too close to the edge of the field, or there was something else like that going on. If you don't do a new save, you're not necessarily going to get the changes to the fields, the terrain changes. Maybe they've changed ground painting states. You're not necessarily going to see that. So, So it's a good idea to start a new save. It's not always required. Schultz actually has a video on his channel to reference on how to, I guess, how to swap mounts, how to swap maps without actually, you know, starting completely over from scratch. So maybe go check out his channel and check out that video. If you're on PC, then you may be able to follow those steps to update a map and not have to lose a whole bunch of gameplay. Well, Drew, I think sometimes honesty is toxic. Apparently, we've moved into a world where if your view isn't the same as mine, then your view is wrong. I don't know. I'm going to continue to do what I do because that's what I am. It's fine. Thank you for subscribing, Lanila. I don't know. I don't know. I just do my thing. I don't either. I don't either. But at the end of the day, everyone is entitled to their own opinions. Oh my gosh, I'm burning through fertilizer. Grief. At the end of the day, everyone gets their own opinion, and regardless of what country they're in, I'm in the US, and people have the right to voice their opinion. Now, I had somebody else the other day asked me why I don't include why I don't say the name of the map author in my map videos, if I had a reason. It was like they were kind of gouging to make something of it. I don't know. Should I name the map author at the map video? Something I never think about. I mean, it's typically down in the description. It's not like I'm trying to hide who wrote the map or who did the map. See here. Yeah, we'll be done in just a few minutes. We finally make it back. Whoops. Oh, thank you, Drew. Don't worry. That's the advice I give everyone, is you be you. I was just giving that same advice to another creator earlier this weekend who was starting to feel some pressures and some stresses on on their successes and everything. And it was all just be you and put out content that you want to put out and that you like to put out, and don't worry about trying to do things like someone else. Um, people will come to watch you because they enjoy to be around you and enjoy to interact with you. And it'll be real obvious when you're not being yourself. All right, we don't need seed. I just want fertilizer. Indeed, the pressures of success. The stress of, the stress of views being down, subs being slower. I think that's a, my guess is that's a trend across the, platform. It's summertime after all. Views always drop during the summer. Interest in farm sim in general tails off a year and a half into its release cycle. All right, we need something big to give it a kind of kick in the tail. Hopefully premium will do that. I don't know, Drew. I don't know. I will be 100% honest. I forget 99% about a map within 2 hours of the video being published. It's not on purpose. It just I've moved on. Right? Once the video's done, I move on to the next thing. Someone was asking me what should be a simple question. Someone was asking what should be a simple question on the map I put out, the video I put out, like 2 videos ago. So it was just yesterday, right? Yesterday morning. I don't even remember the question at this point, but honestly, I couldn't remember the answer. I'm like, I should know. Oh, it was ground textures. That map I did not pull up the landscaping tab. I realized as I was closing the video out, I didn't do that. I didn't pull up the landscaping tab, so they asked, if it was just standard ground textures or not. And honestly, I couldn't remember. For a while. And I was like, I should be able to remember this. But yeah, it's... yeah. Can I store 300,000 liters of potatoes in the potato maker or the pig food maker? I don't know. But yeah. Drew, I was not either. I was not either, but I'm over it. It's done. It's gone. I've moved on. You know, I was extremely frustrated. Turns out it was a lack of translators. That was the real deal. That was the reason. But I understand. From a technical standpoint, they could have still streamed on YouTube, and YouTube has automatic closed captioning and automatic translation capability. There's an inherent little bit of a delay when you enable that, but it is possible. But also, you've got to ultimately respect them if that's not the product they want to put out. If they don't want to put out a product that is in German and relies on people having to use auto translation on YouTube, then that's their decision. You got to respect them for having that choice. But from a technical standpoint, it could have been possible, right? But ultimately, it's their product, their choice on how they present it. What really kind of felt like it was salt in the wound was the just silence from most of the creators that were there. On what was said. There was a few spotty videos here and there, but for the most part, I didn't feel that FarmCon from a content standpoint was very well covered, at least to this point, by those that were there, and to some degree now. It's like I said, I'm over it, right? Whatever was said about the map, we'll figure out at some point when the blog post comes out. It's more exciting to have been able to experience it when everyone else experienced it, but now that that moment's gone, we'll just deal with it, right? Now we have Horsch coming, so we got that coming. That's the thing to focus on now. We'll have fact sheets coming. Jeep. I don't know how to pronounce it. Thank you for Happy 4th to you too. Let's see, Burgess posted a video. Farmer Cop put up a video on the, I guess on the map earlier today or maybe yesterday. I saw a thumbnail. I haven't watched the video. An interesting spin on the various vlogs that we've seen published. Sealy P looked like he had a sit-down interview with Omatana. So I'd be curious to see if he had sit-down interviews with others as well, and kind of makes it a little bit of a series. That would be kind of interesting. But I think overall it's because I'm not I'm not a social butterfly, right? If I was able to be at FarmCon from a standpoint of if I, one, had the money to go, and two, had a passport to go, and three, didn't feel like I was really just needed to be at home, as opposed to going halfway across the globe for a couple-day trip, I would have been more interested in the sessions than the socializing. But that's because I'm not a social person. My speeds, feeds, give me the facts. Type of a person. Well, Farmer G, I didn't even know 3 maps dropped until after I started the stream, because I forgot to even look at the mod hub today. My whole day is just Callywumpus. Callywumpus. We were up late last night, and I got up this morning, and it's July 4th, right? Nobody's working on July 4th. That's the American mindset. So yeah, I didn't even look at the mod hub. Didn't even think to look at the mod hub. Just was chilling, messing around on the computer earlier today. Just doing a couple other things before and after lunch. Drew, I'm not interested at all in the emergency pack. It's not my cup of joe. Big Dancer! Thank you for the happy birthday, and hope things are going well with you in Scotland. I was disappointed. Drew. I talked about this a little bit yesterday, but I feel that my views on the emergency pack were somewhat jaded by the teaser that Creative Mesh did earlier that week. So earlier that week, right, Creative Mesh did a teaser. They had 3 straw bales side by side in the foreground, 3 straw bales in the background, side by side. Lots of us feel that is a hint towards straw harvest coming, even though I was pretty sure I had heard last year during their FarmCon presentation, which was streamed, that they weren't interested in carrying straw harvest forward. They were interested in doing new things. So I kind of thought straw harvest was going to be a dead thing. But anyway, news sparked hopes, dreams, passions, excitement that maybe straw harvest is going to be something coming, right? Said, later this year. And then we see on the schedule, on FarmCon schedule, third-party mod. Could this be straw harvest? Could this be straw harvest? So shame on me for getting worked up over something without having any information. So then, I don't know why, right? Monday, or not Monday, but the first day, Saturday, they had a slide up about the emergency pack. And there was a slide up about a horse pack. There was a slide up about the emergency pack. There was a slide up about apparently a career mode. We don't know anything about that. Schultz sent me a screenshot of that slide. And they had other information up. And my guess it was during a presentation that was basically titled upcoming projects or upcoming things. So the emergency pack slide basically just said there were straw bale fires, there were garbage can fires, you could accidents, and cat rescue. Right, that's all it said. So then we still had hope. We still had hope that whatever this third-party mod was the next day. Right? What's that? Is that going to be Straw Harvest? Then emergency pack gets released the next day. We see it's tied to Creative Mesh. And then I pieced together that that must have been the third-party mod all along. Never was it going to be Straw Harvest announcement or any more information about that. So then it became this dystopian depression, frustration that this emergency pack, which is fine and dandy if you're into it, was the third-party mod all along. Why it was teased the day before, I don't know. If it was always going to be the third-party thing. You know, it's one of those, if you're not there and you're only seeing images, then you can only construe so much of the information that is conveyed in those images. Would have been a lot less confusion if there was communication, but maybe we should have never went out and looked for information because we weren't there. I don't know. So my sense is if Creative Mesh hadn't teased what I still think is Straw Harvest before FarmCon, then I think I would have been less. Right now I'm done with it. But I think I would have been less frustrated, disappointed that what wasn't announced wasn't Straw Harvest, but it was this emergency pack. And then the fact that it was mentioned a little bit in day one, right, made me think that this was a Giants product as opposed to being something else. And it turns out to be something else. So that's it. Rabbit Rob, what's up? John Deere Simulations, how are you doing? Alright, that's good enough. That's good enough. Let's go sleep. So yeah, the emergency pack's out. If it's your thing, have fun with it. I'm hoping that we'll still see Straw Harvest because it did say later this year, and the emergency pack came out like right at FarmCon, so it'll be more like later that week. So I still feel that the Straw Harvest teaser was what that was. And thinking about the fact that we have Pack 3 being released in the end of this month, July. Pack 5 we know is going to be released November 14th. If we slot in halfway between for Pack 4, that would be September. Yeah, that'd be September, right? But if we then think, well, maybe there's going to be 2 things released between now and November, the pack 4 and potentially straw harvest or whatever Creative Mesh actually did tease, then we gotta think, well, maybe we're gonna get pack 4 or straw harvest the end of August, early September, and then the other thing early October, to then have premium release in November. Still just contract. All right, May 1st. We can spray, right? We probably need to spray our crop. Yep, we need to spray those bad boys. Here we go. We're getting our dudes. Drew, I don't know when we might get information about possibly a new farm sim, but we did talk the other day about the timing of when we learned about the year 2 season pass, and that was in December of this year. So if we hear something, if we don't hear something about a year 3 season pass by, let's say, early 2024, then I would think by the lack of that information being conveyed, that may, as a result, kind of signify something is coming, planned to be coming, the end of 2024. Just based on when they announced the year 2 pass. Can you use anhydrous ammonia pack in the custom precision farming on this map? I don't know why not. So if you use the anhydrous add-on, and then the associated mods that are associated with the anhydrous add-on for transport and application and such, it has by itself a script in it to incorporate anhydrous with precision farming. Mr. Hector himself, map author, how you doing here, sir? I understand the map got an update today. Didn't find out until after I started, but quite a change log. I hadn't had a chance to read it. Hope you have been well. Are you still working on a PC version? I'd heard that you had some struggles with, I think, getting some meat production or something through on the Mod Hub. I don't know. You think we're going to have knee-high corn by the 4th of July on this map? That's my goal. Also, a little disappointed that we don't have any fertilizing contracts. I could use the money. That's okay. We'll do this with our nice See and Spray Hardy. Farmer John, what's up? How are things? Let's see how our 95. That's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. You didn't see what, John Deere Sim? Yeah, when I was checking the map out before the video I sold everything, but I don't really check to see if various collisions go away that are obvious. Sometimes I stumble upon interesting and odd things like that. Waylon, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Whatever your time zone, welcome. Caught you a little off guard, I think. It's afternoon. Afternoon for me too. We're going on for about another hour. It'll be 4 o'clock my time. We're going to try to catch the local fireworks tonight. There aren't too many good viewing areas for them. We used to have lots of really nice viewing areas around for the local fireworks they set off at the park, but over the years, trees have grown up to the point where there's lots of really tall trees between the park and where we used to go watch them from, such that you really only see the big ones. So you gotta get closer and closer and higher, and there is a middle school that's right by the park, up on a hill. But it's a well-known spot. So we're debating how early do we get there. I have no idea, John Deere Simulations, how you get up to 3 Now there's a... Are you talking about 3 trailers connected together? Or a trailer that has 3 tanks on it? I did a mod review of the anhydrous ammonia add-on, and in that I also then I think did a video about several anhydrous mods that you can use in conjunction with that pack, and one of those included a injector and a trailer that has at least 2 anhydrous tanks on it. I don't know if it has 3. I don't know. I don't know if he updated the mod. I think the mod that I used was from itch.io. Other than going back and looking at that video to get the link. I haven't used the anhydrous stuff in a couple months, it feels like. So the exact details are escaping me at the moment. It's good to see you're still working toward a PC only release, and you're still looking toward a mod hub release on that. So they wouldn't let you process animals into edible goods, huh? Maybe you take cows to a clothing factory and they produce leather, and an offshoot is our trays of byproduct that you take to the grocery store. So, are there, like, placeable places? Yeah. So, you would have to kind of develop them, but there's these places here along the road that you could put placeables down. I mean, you can sell anything and everything here at the main farm and do whatever you want with. And there's some areas where you can put additional small buildings down, or you clear out a whole section of animals and put something down if you wanted to. There's some flat fields over here that you could convert over. There's a secondary farm here that you could completely eliminate if you wanted to. So I would feel, yeah, that there are... Field 31 is fairly... or 27 is fairly flat. Right, so you could do that. What's up, Accidental Rob? Yeah, it all stems on on the Mod Hub release versus release outside of the Mod Hub. If you release outside the Mod Hub, you can literally just do whatever you want. John Deere Simulations. You probably put a period between two words with no space. Streamlabs thinks 2 words without a space and a period is a link. So that's probably what happened there. Alright, we got that field covered. Now we'll move over to our corn. And then I guess we'll take care of the animals, and then move on into June. Although I think we might have some grass to cut, actually. So let's go check. Nope. Nope. It's still growing. So we don't need to do that. It's all fine, John Deere Simulations. It's Streamlabs gets a little hyper. Streamlabs gets a little hyper when it doesn't know what to do if it's not, properly punctuated with a space. So I was just explaining that is often the cause when that pops up. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously the E for everyone game rating that they wish to maintain. It's the same reason why we don't really have gender in our animals. Right, we don't have to have a boy cow and a girl cow. We don't have to have a bull. We don't have to have a rooster and a chicken to get eggs. Well, I mean, I think chickens will lay eggs no matter what, but we don't have to have a rooster and a chicken in order to get more chickens. It's that E for everyone game rating so that they can maximize their audience potential. And they really don't want to deal with parents having to explain to their kids why they need to make sure they have a bull in the pen if they want to get little baby cows. Realm of Chaos. Streamlabs just hates when you don't punctuate. I might add pigs to this. That's why I'm trying to get pig food. And then I found a really appropriate, or I felt appropriate, corn dryer I wanted to use. So we kind of planted this field of corn. We could also use this field of corn for the alternate pig food recipe. Let's see how we are. Precision farming here, 95. Nice. So yeah, these fields have been harvested more than the others. Although this one's been harvested. I don't know why it's so low. Oh, I guess we need to fertilize that field. I heard about that disable pole collisions. I suspect that'll be rather popular. And there are a fair number of poles in the field on the map. Okay, let's... No. Get this fertilizer going. I think we have pallets of lime over here, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, that's rock. Okay. That's some good money. Where are you getting that from the pigs? Auto. There we go. What on earth are you doing? completely messing up my system here. There we go. Oh, custom manure heaps. Nice. I mean, it is nice that we've got all of those buildings are all placeable, right? You just clear it all out and redesign it however you wanted. We get this taken care of. Get that field fertilized, and then we'll move into June. Because June comes. Oh, we don't have barley in the field. We didn't plant any barley. There are a couple fields of barley. We'll be able to harvest them. But we gotta wait to July to get our wheat. Some like balancing going on. I haven't done anything with the production per se yet. Trying to get everything I need together to get some pig food made up. Then we'll buy the pigs. I put down a TMR mixer I thought looked well. And if I get money, I'm going to put down a corn dryer that, again, I think would fit fairly well. Just got into cows. Tell you what though, silage contracts on field 17, they pay out very well. Between the monetary payout and the money you get for the extra bales, I wouldn't mind doing that one a couple times a year. Alexander, thank you for the sub. For those that have had a chance to look at those maps that came out today, what do y'all think? It's either too slow or too fast for somebody, right, Schultz? And then you have the enhanced production mod that came out. You can goose the production. Nice roads. A road less traveled. Yeah, upgradable factories, that's it. So that one is, if it's the map, I think it is, the North Marsh map. That's probably, is it heavy laden with custom production? Maybe it'll be a different map by a very similar name. Are there ditches between the fields? Or not so much ditches, but canals, like waterways? Okay. So it's not that North Marsh. What are you doing? Oh, okay, you're just missing that big hunk. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just got into cows. I don't even know how much milk we have. Not a lot of milk. We don't have a lot of milk saved up yet. But we just picked them up last month, so no surprise. We did go around and collect all the collectibles. That was a fun little hunt. All that money didn't go very far. Take this way this time. I was gonna buy the sugar mill because I did a big sugar beet contract that delivered there, and then I forgot to buy it and advanced a bunch of months, and well, then it wasn't worth it. Looks like Genetics made his home down in Florida. At least for now. Alright, so we only need a couple thousand liters of fertilizer, and that's probably all we can afford, too. I'll have to take out another loan. That'll probably do us. Oh no! Darn traffic. We had a scare one day. We came through here and the train was dinging. I think we got over the tracks right before the bridge, the barricades came down. Of course, the little white car always thinks it's got the right of way. Doesn't it know there's this giant heavy tractor coming? Oh, come on. Full throttle. Full throttle farming. If your foot's not all the way down on it, then you're not going quick enough. It would be Accident Rob if it wasn't already a name of a legit registered farm. But yeah, if you Google Full Throttle Farming, that's like a legitimate place. So when I found that out, I was like, oh man. We got that filled in. Love the info on the little mini map down here. Right? So useful. We had a mod in 17 that gave you this functionality for just about everything. Fertilizing, seeding, lime application. That's one mod I really wished came forward in 19 that never did. Look at that. Full Throttle Farming is a Canadian farm. Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh man. Because we had we did a multiplayer series on a Saskatchewan map. No, well, no. River. What was it? What was the map named by Nitrodad? And I named our farm Full Throttle Farm. Yeah, Susquehanna, that's it. Okay, that's done. It was like enhanced mini-map or something. It was in 17. I really liked it. I was kind of hoping it would make its way into 19 as a base feature. And then when we kind of got half that functionality with precision farming, it was like, oh, maybe we'll get more of that in 22, but no. Nope. All right, just one check. Nope. Cows are good. Let's move into June. Night Owl Games, thank you for the sub. Oh. It's gonna be June soon. Oh, hello. Hello. What do you want? You want hay? You both want to do hay? Oh, Toda Gaming, thank you. Thank you with your Farm Baron membership. We definitely have grass to cut. Yep. No man, Gimme, thank you for being a farm boss for 9 months. See where our cows at. They're good. They're good. Streamlabs, you're a little slow with your notification. Grenade Racer, happy 4th of July to you too as well. So yeah, we got 3 fields of barley that are ready to harvest. But no, the AI doesn't want me to do it. Um, 10 and 27. We've done 27. We've done those before. We have 43 hay bales. 15 silage bales. Trying to figure out what we should do with this grass. Took a farm loss for 23 months. 1 month shy of 2 years. Yeah, I know there's a mod for that, but I don't know. I kind of like the whole luck of the draw. Although I did find a nice way of kind of exploiting some fertilizing contracts. I had a couple really good fertilizing contracts on the map, and then I saved and closed and launched the game later, and I discovered that, oh, those fertilization contracts are back. And it let me basically do 2 passes for the same field in the same month. So I won't get any more fertilizing contracts for that field, but that was a good month. Yeah, I think we'll set up the oh no. Oh no. I think we'll set up the stationary baler. I'm on too much of a hill. There we go. This thing needs more power. Alright, let's go. Let's get a move on. I don't know what you're slow with now. Alright, there we go. Brayden, yes. Hope you have a good 4th of July too. We're doing a little surprise afternoon live stream because tonight we're probably going to be busy with some firework festivities. Giants is getting caught up from being gone with FARMER-KLEIN. Apparently we got three maps we gotta get covered too. So we might be a little late on one or two of those. Oh yeah, you know, the big boomers. The big boomers will set off car alarms. There we go. I mean, that little hillside would be great for the walk-behind mower if it worked well on a slope. I don't think I'm going to take that those baling contracts. I don't need hay. I need silage. We do have some loose I could compact and cover. I have not looked at the mod assistant, no. Mostly because I'm kind of old school with my mod handling, and I'd rather do it manually than to have a program do it. Yeah. It's a little more than 6 on this one. Although we're not really using that many of the 6. Yeah, I'm not a... Well, yeah, that's fine. Right. To each their own. I just would rather change folders out manually. It's what I've been doing for 5+ years. But if the application helps others, then it's great. You know, if it helps others manage mod folders and minimize mod conflicts and and things, and that's all it needs to do. And it really, I end up switching between maybe 2 folders at any one point in time anyway. I've got the folder that I'm playing for like live streams and such, and then I've got the folder for mod videos and map videos. I do have several older mod folders that just lie around and until I just delete them. Yep. Whatever works. But like Genetic said, if I'm doing a multiplayer, then I'll have a folder for the multiplayer, and I just right click, and like this one, this mod folder, when I'm not using it, is carp_mods. And then the mod folder I use for map testing is mod test_mods. So when I'm done this live stream, I'll rename this one from mods to carp_mods. And then I'll rename mod test_mods to mods. Then I'll fire the game up and have a clean mod folder with just the testing mods that I have. But I think that one, does that program also like do version checking against the mod hub and stuff like that? Does that one do sim linking, or you have to have multiple copies of a mod? I mean, that can be really useful as if it sim links in. So you only need one copy of a mod, and then you can have it linked in multiple folders. But you're not using multiple, you're not using the space multiple times. Yeah. But, the important thing is, at the end of the day, it does what you want it to do in order to help you manage your mods and keep your mods organized. That's all it needs to do, right? So, but I've never used it. I'm aware of it, and I thought about covering it once, but ended up not covering it ultimately in the end because I won't use it, and I don't want to cover something that I wouldn't use on a regular basis. So I did cover a nice little game save backup tool that Kerbo made for himself and then put out there on GitHub for others to use. I use that from time to time. I used it a lot when I was working on the how-to videos to roll back to a clean save state, because inevitably I would have autosave turned on, or I would save the game in order to be able to come back to it and finish a video or something. But it's a real simple application. It just makes a zip file of your save game folder that you pick and allows you to select a destination folder, and then keeps it time date stamps the zip file, so it iterates multiple versions, so you can have 10 or 12 versions or whatever you want of the same backup, just at different states, and you can always go back and one-click restore and such. It doesn't auto backup. You kind of have to still kick it off, but I flattened that field right across the street from the shop, and that's kind of it. That's where I did anything that requires a placeable was right there across the shop. Auto drive route editor, nice. So it helps you make routes out of the game. I can see where that would be handy. Right, so you wouldn't have to fire the game up and have the game running to work on your routes. For the 4th, we're streaming here, and we're going to be trying to catch the local fireworks show tonight. And apparently between then and now, I'll be looking at some maps that came out that I didn't realize came out. Because I was full on in holiday mode. And since I was full on in holiday mode, I didn't even think to look. I want to make sure it was outside the trigger. Outstanding. Alright, we'll let him make those bales as we go get more. So that's what we're doing. We're just chilling out. The oldest is working a double shift at Red Lobster, so I won't see her until late tonight. Tomorrow I am working remote, so I'll be working from home tomorrow, so that's nice. But I will be back officially working tomorrow. No ability to catch up on a map video unless I do it over lunch, which is always a possibility, depending on what's going on. So I'm hoping to get one video done before the fireworks, one video done. Gosh. Fireworks are going to run late. So I don't know. I gotta check these maps out. Didn't even think about it. Hopefully they're not too involved, but still, let's see, even a map that ends up being like a half-hour long video, that's still like, it's still about 2 hours to produce. Because I gotta go in, look around the map, decide what scores I'm gonna give things, test things out, like selling things and painting things and placeable buildings, and get a feeling for where all the areas are I want to go, and then do the recording, and then do the editing on the video, which at this point is pretty down to a plugging it into a template and encoding it, which doesn't take long at all. Getting it uploaded, which takes even less time. And then waiting for YouTube to do its thing so I can release it. But like this map, or like the countryside map, right? I mean, that's like a 4-hour video production. So we'll see. We'll see. Anybody else use these stationary balers with any regularity? Alright, now a load 2. Load 2 while it goes and makes more bales. Yeah, if you can have it like unload directly into a trigger, yeah, that's golden. Now we found out a nasty little bug. I won't call it a feature. Nasty little bug is we can't use the stationary baler for contract work. So I tried to use it for contract work and it wouldn't work because I couldn't use a forage wagon to pick up the product. But the viewers told me that there was a Tip Anywhere mod, and the Tip Anywhere mod let you cut grass and such without having to own the land, and as a byproduct also allows you to use a forage wagon on fields you don't own, meaning on a contract. So I added that to mess with it because I had a really nice silage contract and I wanted to wrap the bales and dump them straight into the sell point. But there's some coding to where on a silage contract, silage wrapped grass bales coming out of that stationary baler are just wrapped grass. They're not silage instantaneously. But on any other trailed wrapper, even the trailed Gouville wrapper, when you wrap grass on a contract for silage, it instantly comes out of the wrapper as silage. So we couldn't use the stationary baler to make silage bales down at the BGA like I wanted to. So that was a disappointment. I guess since you can't use a forage wagon to collect grass for a normal baling contract, Giants didn't foresee the need to give it that functionality when you wrapped grass for a contract, because in theory it shouldn't be possible. I don't know, Schultz. You never know what they're going to come back with. You never know with those guys. Kind of see this. There's like a conveyor there. Conveyor belt underneath the wrapping table. I guess in theory it's going to take any loose material that comes off the bale and take it back into the baling chamber for the next bale to be used with. Alright guys, well that's gonna do us for our afternoon live stream. I want to thank you for coming out and watching on our July 4th Happy Birthday America live stream. In the middle of the day, I gotta go check out these maps, get prepped for dinner, and then get prepped to go sit around and wait for the fireworks. We gotta decide how soon we're gonna go over and wait, or if we're going to maybe take a car over and park it in a parking spot and try to reserve a spot that way. But anyway, if you're in the U.S., have a safe 4th of July evening. Be careful if you are setting off fireworks. They are dangerous things. If you get a no light, be cautious. Always dunk your fireworks in a bucket of water. Make sure they are fully extinguished. We'll be back Thursday, assuming no maps drop, because tomorrow night we're going to be running ACC practice. I think it's on Monza tomorrow. I don't know. Schultz will correct me if I'm wrong. And until next time, happy farming.